Lee, after several weeks of basically knockout football, we've got a semi-final this weekend. So what's the mood in the camp like, first off?
Mood's very good. Everyone's really excited. We're betting on getting too excited. So we've just really calmed things down, and training's been really good this week, but everyone's raring to go for the weekend, which is a good thing.
Worcester was a bit of an interesting game, very even first 20 odd minutes and then pulling away in the second half. In some respects, was it a case of doing a job that you had to do?
It's always going to be hard against a team like Worcester. They are a very dogged team and they really work hard for each other. We knew that we had to grind them down. It took 60 minutes to grind them down, but that's rugby these days. I think we've showed a very professional performance that we did there. The fact that it did took us that, and we didn't panic. We didn't just start playing sevens. We really worked hard and grinded them down and scored 40 in the end.
So what lessons from that can you take into this weekend's game?
We've got to raise the intensity up massively. Quins away is going to be a very tough game. They love the offload. So our defence has got to be spot on. We can't let any cheap points go through. Discipline's got to be spot on with Evans. We've just got to be ourselves, really. We've just got to play our game. The last couple of weeks we've played very well. The momentum's with us. We've won big win down at Exeter, which was massive. People didn't even think we'd win down there, and we are. And now we're in a semi-final, so we're happy just to go about our business very quietly and hopefully lead into the Quins game at the weekend.
The last 3 years, obviously, Saints have reached the semi-final. The last 2 years, they've been very, very close games that have gone down to the last couple of minutes. So, what lessons can you take from that into Saturday's game?
You can take lessons, and you can just understand that a semi-final rugby is always going to be a close game. It's two good teams that are playing head-to-head, and two good defences, two good attacking teams. So it's them little things that when we get our penalties, we've got to kick our points. Away from home, we've got to play in the right areas, and we've just got to build pressure. It could last to the last drop goal on a game, or a last penalty, or anything like that, and we've got to be ready to do that and to be put in the right areas of the field.
What have you learned from the last 5 games as captain? How has that added to your game?
It's been quite nice. I'm quite a loud person anyway, so I shout and ball anyway. But my job's made a lot easier with the likes of Phil Dowson and the 10s. If they want to kick, they'll kick the goal. If the forwards want to line out and scrum, they'll tell me. So it's made a lot easier. But these next 5 or 6 weeks have been really good. But then next week, hopefully, if we get through to the final, that'll be handed back to Dylan.
And there are 2,000 or 3,000, good 2,000 to 3,000 Saints fans making the trip down to the Stoop on Saturday. So, as a player, what does that mean, knowing that you'll have that support behind you?
Oh, it's massive for us. Going away from home, they've always got the fans, the people really behind them. So having 2,000 to 3,000 Saints fans is massive, and I wouldn't expect anything less really. The fans that we have here are brilliant, and we know they'll travel all over the country for us. And we owe them as well the fact that the last 2 years we've not got to that final, and we owe them this year really to get to the final.